Yo, what up? It's the Inevitable. I'm ill.
It's your boy Ray Anthony, and we got a special guest. Miss Tracy is in the building.
Hi.
Say hi to the people. And today's topic, how do you know if someone is worth investing in as far as dating? And Miss Tracy, with you being our special guest, we'll start with you.
Okay.
How do you know when a man is actually worth you investing in?
Okay. So I was thinking a little bit about this right now. So I think once you notice, like after you've been dating someone for a little while, maybe let's say like a year, and you feel like they've really been putting in work, like, you know, time and effort, and just kind of showing that they're really interested in building something with you, then I think that at that point, that's when you can realize that you want to kind of grow a little bit more with them.
I feel like there gotta be more though that you look for, just beside like, okay, he got his thing, like is looks a big thing for you, or is it just
Oh
the
no,
chemistry, is
like,
it-
oh yeah, everything, like, you know, first of all, of course, the physical, that's obviously one.
Yeah.
And then second, see where they're at mentally, you know, then where they're at with their life, and see where they're at with their career.
Yeah.
You know,
What's your physical type?
Tall, dark, and handsome.
I know.
Tall, dark, and
That's
handsome.
it. Honestly, though, because you said physical has a lot, but let's say he meets those criteria, but
Right.
you're not really too much attracted to him. Does that really matter?
If I'm not physically attracted to them like at first, then I'm kind of not going to be as interested as I normally would if I find someone that is attractive to me, you know. But I feel like once I actually start talking to the person, and because that's how I am. Like once I start talking and getting to know them a little bit, that's when I feel like, oh hey, this person's like, you know, someone really cool, or you know, yeah. So then that's when my mentality goes into not how they physically look to my appeal
Just
all the way. Yeah.
Wow.
So then I start seeing how they really think, you
Makes
know.
sense.
So
So
how long do you court before you get in a relationship with a person?
I mean, it's different with every person that you meet, you know, obviously, because every person that you meet is going to be at a different pace, and sometimes you move along with their pace, or they're going to be moving along with your pace, you know. I would say from past experience, maybe
Just
3 to 4 months down the line.
3 months? Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, brother? Like, how do you know when a woman is worth you investing in? Because it's hard to find
Yes.
honest. I had to say, y'all, you know, I mean, y'all follow me on Instagram, so y'all know my story. But no, like, how do you know when a woman, you know,
If she's
being honest, she's
thoughtful.
worth?
If she's thoughtful.
Okay. Elaborate.
I mean, of course, like I'm a gentleman. My mom raised me that way. So, like, I'm a open car doors, and if she don't reach over and open the other side,
I tried that, man. No girl reached over to open my door. So,
Oh my god, man.
I don't know. I'm like, damn. Okay, maybe I don't know.
or if I'd be like, man, I'm hungry, she'd be like, I'm hungry too. Like, what? Like, come on. Like, be like, hey, well, what do you want to eat? I'll feed you. Whatever. Say something. Be thoughtful.
Okay.
Right.
Someone that does something you actually having to ask them.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, because I'm spoiled for one. Well, I spoiled myself. Like, I hate to be told no.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to be told no, so I do everything myself. And that's a problem.
Like
in a
what though?
relationship.
Like they say,
Like,
you know,
let's
I don't
say
eat it.
if a pair of shoes that I like is coming up. I'm like, oh yeah, I like those. I wouldn't tell her to get them for me. I would get them myself. But when I get them, it's like, you know, should I have an issue? Like, oh, I want to get those for you type of deal. So
you do stuff for you before they are even given a chance.
Yeah, so if I really do say, yo, I'm hungry, and you're like, oh, well, I'm hungry too, it's like, well,
She better say, I'm hungry too. Let me make us something to eat.
yeah, like,
I don't know, man. I would actually say, how do I know when someone is worth investing in?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just time. Because I gotta know a person what they're like when they're happy. I gotta know what they're like when they're mad, sad. Because people could be one way, but when they're mad, they could be a whole nother person to where you're like, damn, I never seen you like this before. So
How do
it's like how do I react to it?
You're
well,
right.
how do you
Because-
deal with that? Because I feel like it's all, you know, unicorns, rainbows, lollipops, I don't know.
Honestly, it's like that usually in the first to 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just it really depends on the connection. Like you really feel like, okay, everybody has flaws. Nobody's perfect. I get it. You know, we're human. But it just depends on the thing, because sometimes people are angry. They're more like, oh, I'm gonna fuck your car up, I'm gonna do this, or I'm
No,
gonna
that's
jail.
a different kind of crazy.
Man, like, when I get mad, I'm like, man, let's just talk about it. Let's communicate. You know,
Right.
because I don't want to go to bed mad or we're not talking. I'm saying here, you're right there, and it's
Yeah, it's
like,
not a
no,
good
let's be.
feeling.
It's just gonna annoy me.
Yeah.
So you know, I say time. Like I said, I gotta know what you're like on certain emotions. And just being honest, man. It seems like people are afraid to tell the truth because they don't want to be judged,
Right.
and I get that. But if you can't be yourself with someone else, then you really shouldn't be with them. I wouldn't want to be with someone where I gotta pretend all the time.
But
Yeah.
the last few guests that we have had, like, men really got to step out of the box in order for them to be like, oh, okay, all right, then I'll date him.
Like in what ways or what things
Okay,
have they
for
brought?
one, it was like, if I don't have a car, right?
Right.
And I'm like, yo, can we go out on a date? But I ain't got no car. She gonna be like, no.
Yeah.
That's what she said. She's like, nah, I ain't doing that. Or for instance, if I Ubered everywhere, she was like, nah, I wouldn't date a
Yeah,
guy.
we had like a
Oh,
couple
but-
of people.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean, what would be the
if I
reason
was
why?
funny-
Did they say if like did they even give the guy a chance to say why he didn't have a car at that time or why he's doing Uber? I mean, if there's a reason why he doesn't have a car at that time, I don't want to go off topic. I'm
No,
sorry.
go, please.
You know, but I mean, because there could be a
All
good reason why he doesn't have a car at this time. Someone
That's what I
stole the
said.
car,
Yes.
or you know, or it's in the body shop getting work done.
Right.
You know, so there could be good reasons why he doesn't have a car at that
But
time.
it was more of like if he was funny and how his, how he said it,
Yeah.
it would be a go. And it's like,
Yeah.
No, honestly, I agree with what you're saying. But from our previous guest, and we're not talking as my previous guest. We love you. You know who you are. Come back on the show again. No, but her thing was she feel like at a certain age your shit should be you should have your shit
you should
together.
have your shit together.
But
yeah, agreed.
life happens though. Anything can happen.
True.
Like, okay, I got a job at this, but somebody might go and slash my tires, or
Right.
I might
get
got
fired.
something. Yeah, or you could get fired.
Right.
Like we don't
Right.
know. But so if someone would stop talking to you over things that you really can't control, is that kind of like gold digging, or like that
Yeah,
means
yeah, I feel like that's
then it's
more-
like, did they really like me, or did they like what I represent?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
which one is it? Someone could say that they love you, but they might just love what you do and not really
Yeah.
love you.
Mm-hmm.
But they love me if I took away this and that, because I'm still me.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes shit happens.
Yeah, and that's true. And at that point, I think some women might look at the materialistic things as more important than the actual person.
Yeah.
You know,
But those things are important. Like, okay,
they are important. Yeah, of course.
what does a man have to have, honestly, when it comes to you dating? Like, if they don't
Put
have,
shit together.
yeah, like, what is having their shit together? And what's your thing? Do they gotta have their own spot, or no, or it doesn't matter?
I think at this point in my life, I would say that yeah, they would have to show me that they're. For me, it doesn't take a lot because I'm a pretty simple person. I know that life happens. You know, I've gone through my stuff. So I haven't always had my stuff together. But as long as they show me that they're responsible, they may or may not have a car, but as long as they're attempting to, let's say,
To
pick me
get
up,
yourself
like,
together. Right.
yeah, as long as they're showing effort that they're trying to get back up on their feet, or I'm willing to go through the ins and outs
Right.
and ups and downs with you, but yes.
No, I hear you, but you gotta understand, sometimes it takes a long time for a person to get their shit together. So how long
Yeah.
are you willing to go through that shit with them?
Oh, first of all, I look at how mature they are.
Okay.
Yeah, so maturity has a lot to play in it, So yeah, some men mature much later, and some sooner than others.
Yeah.
So if I see a man that's pretty, like I guess if they're pretty mature at their age and they see like they have like goals set and I see them working towards it, then
Okay. So
then-
you're with a man and y'all just dating. We ain't gonna say like y'all married, but y'all dating for like a year and a half, and he loses his job, and he's looking. But let's say a year go by and you're paying all the bills, and he still haven't found a job yet. Can you
First
still?
of all, I would not let
support-
it go on for a year, okay?
Damn.
No.
What could you really do?
Okay, first of all, we've been going on for years, been going good, and then all of a sudden you lost your job. Okay, it's
Right.
understandable because that does happen.
It does.
And
It
even
does.
to people that have been with the job for like 20 years, it happens.
Right.
But if they're showing me for that whole year that they haven't really been trying and they're letting me take on all the workload, no, not having that shit.
Okay, so
Like,
you're just
no.
like, hey, call me when you get your shit together, or you're just like,
Just like either I'm giving you two options. Either I better see your ass the next morning, going to get some interviews or something, getting another job, or your ass is out by the end of this week.
Can I
You
borrow
know?
on a budget? Can I, okay,
what if he gets unemployment?
No. I'm not trying to.
I got you.
No.
Working at Burger King, McDonald's, fast food.
Yeah.
Is that okay? I mean, it's not enough to pay like rent
Right.
in Vegas since everything is going up in price, but
It's a
enough
job.
to cover.
It is
Right,
a job, of course. I don't, discriminate.
We're not dissing.
Yeah,
if
we're
you
not-
got a job, you got a job. Like,
Exactly. God bless you, because there's a lot of,
We're not dissing no fast food joint. We're just for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah, I mean, they can only provide so much for you there, and let you advance so much at a fast food place.
That's true.
So I would prefer that person aspire to look for something better, a short period of time instead of just
Keep it
staying in
real.
the same place.
He was out getting some fast food, honestly, and there's a dude, and he looks good, but obviously he works out whatever the fuck. Are you gonna give him a chance, or does the job they work has a lot to do if you would date them or not? Keep it real.
Yeah, you took too long.
Yeah.
No, it's
Keep it real. Come on
You
now.
gotta think about it, okay?
Okay, what? It's a job, and he's your type. It's a minimum wage. fast
I mean,
food
if
joint.
he, okay, let's say he is my type,
He's your type.
and okay, I'll go ahead and give him a chance, but if he's showing me that he's been
Do
working
you
there
believe
for.
No,
I don't believe you.
you took too
I
long.
feel you. Come on.
No,
Be
because there
honest.
has to be reasons though. Like, okay, I'll give him a
He
chance
was
for that
taking
first
your
date.
order, and he's like, "Hey, can I take you for a coffee?"
Normally, I've said no in the past, yeah, because I'm
Because
just
of the
because
job?
I'm just not because of the job.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that's nothing to be ashamed of,
Yeah.
Like, I've never worked at a fast food joint myself, but
Mhm.
I've had family that has before, so it's nothing, that's I don't think it should be. Some people do feel like it's like, yeah, but no, I don't think it should matter. I think if you feel like you're talking to them a little bit and you kind of feeling them, then yeah, give them at least that first date and see how that goes. Everyone deserves a chance.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So,
Yeah.
but moving from
Yeah.
that, would you date a porn star? Honestly.
Yeah, we doing porn at home. Cool.
Nah, she's
Yeah,
porn.
we
porn.
banging out at home. You can log on. You see
I don't
ill.
believe you,
You
man.
can try out those new things you tried at work. Try them on me.
Because I feel like no matter what, a dude would start out good saying, "Yeah, I'm cool. You doing porn," but eventually, it's gonna bother him. Let's be honest. I'm like, because come on,
It
now, she
depends on
gonna
how
be like,
that woman treats you. If she treats you like, okay, you're my king, and
yeah.
you mean the world to me, then it's like you're not fazed by anything that comes to your doorstep. But if she keeping it like bullshit, spotty or whatever,
Right.
and it's like bitch, we got some problems.
No, my thing is, how can
Or
you
is it kind of
tell?
fucked up right now?
How can you tell if she's not faking the bedroom on top of that? It's her job to do that.
That's true.
So y'all doing it. How do you know that she's not acting like you're pleasing her? Wouldn't that be a question like, damn?
Well, that goes back to the chemistry versus attraction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna save that for that podcast. We'll
Yeah.
come back on that.
Yeah. Okay.
So technically, you said no matter what job she does,
Nah,
it's
as
just
long
a
as that
chemistry.
person treats you like the way that you deserve to be treated or the way that you want to be treated, then everything's all good. Just like there's some men that really like for a woman to dominate them, like disrespect them,
Yeah.
call them a bitch and all that.
I feel it.
And they'll just take it like, oh, okay, it's cool, and and that they'll like it, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't discriminate when it comes to the job or anything like that, but I feel like the stuff that you do says a lot about you too, though.
I agree.
I do. If you're a stripper, you're doing that. Not saying, you do what you gotta do to pay bills like that, but it still kind of shows that you're willing to do this and open up. It's like, what do I really have of you? Because like, I got you. Like, if somebody want what I want, they just gotta go pay you to get the same thing.
Right, if they're.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, AJ. So it really just depends. I gotta really, really like you, or you gotta give me something that can nobody else get but me.
Right.
So now I know it's like, okay, you might have that, but I have, I don't know, her heart or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. The emotional aspect of it that these other people don't get.
So, that's when it comes to investing, is it hard for you to really trust a man though, or to believe what they say, or can you spot out a liar really quick?
What are some common lies?
Well, hold on, wait, but answer that. Like, can you, like when it comes to trust, like, can you catch a lie real quick, or can people lie good now?
Yeah, that's true. Normally when I step into a relationship, I do give that person that 100% trust, and honestly, my intuition is really good. So if as soon as I sense something that's off, or I see you doing something a little different than normal,
what would be something different? Like what? Like
I believe sometimes women's intuition, some of y'all got fucked up intuition.
that's what I'm saying.
Cause y'all watch some CSI shows and
Love and hip hop.
yeah, you know,
hey,
like, oh, he
they
cheated.
call it the
Oh,
women's
she
intuition
was-
for a reason.
They just like that.
He's like, damn, he does look at his phone.
Yeah, but then again, if you've already been with this person for a little while, you know, then you kind of know their habits, you
Yeah.
know. So that's why, you know, you're kind of in tune with what they do. And if all of a sudden they're just doing something just a little bit different, there is a reason for it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily always have to be bad, so don't always take it there, you know. You always want to give that person that benefit of the doubt,
Okay.
you know. So you always want to give them that opportunity, and if it's still persisting or still continuing, you know, then then at that point you kind of gotta question it like head on and just kind of just go see where.
Have you been cheated on before, or caught somebody cheating that you put a lot into?
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, oh my god, yes.
Yes.
All right. How long was y'all together before you found out that he or she would cheat? I'm guessing it was a he.
Yes.
Okay.
He. Okay. Well. Okay.
Keep it
Yes.
real.
So it was,
Yeah, I guess.
okay. Yeah. I'll give it to you. Okay.
All
So.
right.
Yeah. So it was a year.
Y'all was together for a year.
Yeah. Together for a year. Literally like a year and a month after, is when I found out. But he cheated. As soon as we hit like a year, like I was already like a month pregnant. So.
Okay, so how you was pregnant?
Yeah.
That's cold. I'm sorry from the dead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No.
Yeah,
So okay. How did you find out, and what made you start suspecting that he was cheating?
Well, so I knew initially when, as soon as we found out that we were pregnant, things kind of started getting a little rocky because we had two different things that we wanted at that time.
Like what? Like
For example, he wasn't ready to have another child, and then I was okay with it because this was going to be my first child.
gotcha.
So
Okay.
we had a little bit of issue with that, but then we kind of talked it out, and things were still a little, you know, not well there, but like a week before I caught him, I had noticed that he started getting a little like funny with his phone, and by that I mean it's like, yeah, and the crazy thing is that the crazy thing is that literally that week he would start like putting his phone away from me. He normally wouldn't do that.
Did you have the password to his phone?
I did, yeah. So, I mean, there was trust there. I mean, I never felt the need to ever go through his phone, never.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I give that person my trust.
Okay.
So all of a sudden I started feeling like that, and I noticed his little habits changing, you know, like he would turn his phone away, and then he would do that little smile that, you know, when you're flirting with someone, when you're reading a text and you're
Did you ever
flirting.
call him out, or did you just wait and watch?
No, I was watching.
Okay.
I was watching.
You didn't say that, but you was watching.
Yeah, so I was waiting for it to see if it, you know, I wanted to give him that benefit of the doubt. So I'm like,
Yeah, of
okay,
course.
he's probably just saw something funny, whatever, you know. And then, what is it? It was actually around, was it New Year's or?
Oh, it was around New Year's or Christmas that you.
Yeah, it was like literally the week before one of those two happened, before those holidays happened. So during the last couple of days, he was telling me about a friend that he was, I guess I'll say it. Well, he was away for a
Just
while
say it.
in jail, so he had a friend that he had up there that he was friends with. Supposedly
Like a
that
booty
person.
call or what?
No, there was a guy friend.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly that got
So-
out of jail, and
Got it.
they were gonna meet up, whatever. And
That
he
was
was
his
up in
story.
Reno, yeah.
Okay.
And then he was supposed to come down, and they were gonna hang out and blah blah. I'm like, all right, well that's cool, all right, whatever. And the day of the holiday, I'm pretty sure I think it was New Year's. That day I noticed something funny where he did the little phone thing and he started smiling even more, like, oh, that's like if she had sent them something,
Oh boy.
you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm like, okay. And I noticed that he had sent something right as soon as that happened.
Mhm.
But that day he ended up getting pretty much drunk or high. It was one of those two.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, that's enough. And then supposedly that day he was telling me that, oh yeah, I'm gonna meet up with this friend around 2 in the morning and blah blah blah, because he's gonna be coming down around that time. I'm like, that's weird. Who
make
meets up?
sense?
Who meets up?
2 in the morning.
Who meets up at at 2 in the
Yeah.
morning?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like,
you're not dumb, so you're like, okay.
yeah, no, I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait until you leave then, you know, and I literally stayed up until 2 a.m. with him, and I'm like, okay, so when are you planning on leaving, you know? So at that point, he's like, oh no, they decided not to go anymore, not to come anymore, blah, blah, blah.
So
I'm like, and he ended up knocking out, like, and then that night, I went through his phone.
I'll be scared as shit.
He decided to put this person under, of course, a fake name.
How did you know?
Pizza Hut.
Oh, because the name was just like...
What was the name?
Scam Likely.
No, it was... Scam Likely. That would have been a good one. Oh my god. No, so it was... he had placed it under Mono, and in Spanish, you know, it's doll.
Yeah.
You know, but for a guy, you know?
I got you.
Yeah, so I looked at him like, I've never heard him talk about this person, blah, blah, blah. And he always talk about the people he talks to,
Right,
you know?
right.
So obviously I knew that one was a little off. I started looking at the number. I saw that there was messages deleted. Like, at that time, he didn't know how to work his phone that well. I did.
Oh, shit.
You know? So I dug in. I saw there was pictures that he sent. And...
Dick pics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was that kind of stuff. And,
What was the conversation like? Has he been seeing this person, or was it just pictures, or had they actually been
during
seeing
that, no, luckily I had caught it on time before anything physical.
Sure?
Eventually, as far as I know, I got on his ass about it. So basically, the next morning I woke his ass up, and then that's when I'm like, so are you gonna tell me about this person? And he's like, well, what are you talking about? Of course, acting like he doesn't know, you know. And I'm like, you don't gotta lie to me. Yeah,
I swear, just saying things. God, deja vu. Go ahead.
Right? So, yeah, so I'm like asking him about it. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, don't lie to me. I saw that you were sending messages, pictures, and you told this person Happy New Year's. And for him, he would tell, he called her Mija, you know?
Yeah, that's
like Happy New Year's, Mija. Yeah.
Baby or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like a sweet
I gotta
word.
work on my Spanish. God. Okay. Yeah.
No, you're fine. Yeah, so, you know, and then, so I'm like, you're gonna tell me that you have a guy friend's name listed on here, but then you're calling him Mija, you know, in Spanish, you know, for a girl. I'm like, okay, that's not even adding up either. So quit your bullshit.
Right.
Tell me straight up what the hell's going on. And yeah, he eventually told me that
he came out with it?
yeah. He told me that he met this person at work. It was a customer, and he gave her his number, and he got her number. Started talking. I consider that cheating because
that is cheating,
right? Because you're talking to another.
You don't
Some
have
people
to,
have debated that it's not cheating.
You don't have to have sex with someone to be cheating. It could be the flirting or whatever. Like yeah.
It's disrespecting the other person that you're with. That's
flirting, entertaining. Good morning, beautiful. All that. It's like damn,
exactly.
You're doing that. You're doing shit that you wouldn't want me to do to you, pretty much.
Exactly.
So okay, so you found all that out. Let's fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you stay? Or wait, hold on. Did you stay or did you go after you found that out?
That same day I left. I went and talked to a friend. Who was a good friend of mine at that time. So I kind of just vented out to her. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, I don't mind being a single mom. You know, blah blah blah. But then of course he called me. You know, he was crying and he was sorry. Blah blah blah. I went back after a couple
Why
of
does
days.
females do this? Okay, every time we have a female, when we talk about cheating, they always go back. There has not been a chick that said I actually love you.
Because you still have that attachment to that person.
It is. It honestly, because I've said that as well too to other people. Like, why don't you just leave him if he already cheated you?
I mean,
but then you see yourself in that same situation where you're like, again, it's because you've grown a little bit with that person, like attached. You know.
Right. But then isn't that kind of?
Can you go 3 days without your left hand?
No, okay, but understand though, it's like how I can't be in a relationship if I don't trust the person though, because I'm always gonna wonder if I find myself cheating. For that moment, I'm gonna be wondering like, damn, who's she texting? What is she doing? Where are you going?
Trust me, I went crazy for the year and a half or 2 years until he did it again.
He did it again.
He did it again, but this time it was more physical. It was physical stuff.
How? Oh god, dude, this is gonna be a good one. Let's go. How did you find out the second time? Just long story.
Let me.
Did he do the same exact thing? Did he put a mono? Or was it a different?
No, this time there was like, he pretty much didn't like show any signs. He really didn't show any signs. It was just my intuition.
Okay.
So I was just like, okay, so I'm just gonna ask you straight up, or have you been with someone else? Like,
But what made you ask him though?
It was just something inside me. Like, I don't know, just something was like feeling uneasy about him,
I
you know?
got you. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so there, like, again, there wasn't really any signs. He had gone out with his friends, you know, a few times throughout the few months that had passed, you know, during that year. So, yeah, so during that time, nothing was out of the ordinary. Of course, after the first situation, of course, all trust was lost, completely lost. So
Gotcha.
I went out of my mind for a little bit, okay? I went a little crazy, but
That's what
you
I
know?
mean. I just, yeah.
it was tough, honestly, to be with someone that, like, to stay with someone like that and to be a different person after that, you know, it's hard, but
And at this point, you guys still have your first kid, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he did it again, my kid was like probably a year and a half, around there.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Have you ever been with somebody where you're not doing anything at all, but they still accuse you,
Oh,
like,
fuck
you're
yeah,
cheating?
man.
And you're like,
Hell
no,
yeah.
I'm not. You're like, no, you're cheating.
but I feel like they do
But
that.
then you kind of like, okay, well, fuck that. I need to
Right.
talk to somebody because,
But I feel like
Triggered.
if they're accusing
Yeah.
you, I feel like because they're probably doing something.
yeah.
Honestly.
At that point, yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so fast forward a little bit. So you called him the second time.
Mm-hmm.
He admitted it. Did you leave, or did you end up?
I did leave, and I was getting my own place set up because at that time we were living at with his mom.
Okay.
So we had like a nice big room
Sweet.
and everything. You know, we were living together. So yeah, I decided to just get my own place. You know, I was already buying everything. Like 2 months go by or like a month go by, and he came crying and begging like he wouldn't do it again. You know, like, and then it's crazy.
Did you go back?
I
Did you go back,
did.
Stacey?
I did. And you know what?
Okay. No, I mean, okay.
I know it's very, yeah, you know.
No, because we're not. I can't say I get it because I went, but I hear you. It's just as a man, we don't understand why he did it the first time. Well, I'm not trying to throw no shade, but I'm just so everybody know.
Yeah.
You was pregnant. He cheated on you when you was pregnant in the kitchen. I done that. He said he promised he wouldn't do it again. Crying, baby, I'm sorry. Did it a second time. Called you again, baby, I'm sorry this time. Why did you believe him even after the second time that he was going to change?
Heart didn't catch up with the mind. That's easy.
That, and also the fact that after the 2 months that we were separated, like he was showing like apart from the first time, I felt like this time it was more real and like more
Sincere.
yeah, like he was willing to actually put in the work to get my trust back, and the way that we talked things out, like I didn't just let him back in and just like, you know, things we're gonna be the same happy dandy, you know.
You made on work. And
Yeah,
work his
like
way.
it's gonna be work. Yeah, like you have to earn my trust. Yeah, like, that's crazy because like I mean all that time like you put in work with someone that's like, you know, you don't. A lot of people, I think myself and a lot of people might think like, you know, you put in a lot of work with this person, like
investing in them.
yeah, so you don't want to just throw that all away. But then again, I understand where like this person's not always doesn't seem to be the best option for you. But then
Right.
again, I thought about my kid, you know, and that's the thing too. Where I was thinking about him, but then I was also thinking about, am I going to be happy?
But don't you gotta?
You know?
How can you make your kid happy if you're not happy?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I thought about a lot during
But
that
then
time.
also at the same time, it's like you have to go through your ups and downs in a relationship.
Yeah, but how many
You
times do you gotta
never,
go
you never
through
really
it?
know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You still don't even know
Yeah.
what you're willing to go.
Listen, man, don't
through.
put me in this ain't about me.
All right.
No, we're getting everybody's opinion though, right?
No, we're gonna get back to okay.
Yeah.
So you took him back.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he end up cheating again?
No.
He
I
didn't
feel
cheat
like
last time.
no.
So what was the final straw that actually made you leave then? What was the final straw? You're like, okay, now I'm done.
Well, he had 2 other kids, so they were with him full time because the other mother's not really in the picture
Right.
at all. So, it
So
was
those kids are like
honestly-
your kids, kind of like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've known them since they were 3 and 5, and now they're 9 and 11.
Oh.
You know.
Okay.
So this whole time, of course, I'm trying to be a mother. And when I came into the relationship, I knew that it was going to be tough, you know, because I'm coming into it 23 years old, no kids, single, from partying life, you know,
Man,
to
you
just
living it up.
straight up settle down, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so I just came into that. I'm like, I don't know how to be a mother to other kids that aren't mine, you know. So, of course, I took in. I tried to discipline them as I saw best,
You
you
treat them
know.
like they was your own. It's pretty much.
Yeah,
those were your kids.
so
Okay.
yeah, and a lot of basically a lot of conflicting issues with that overall. That ended up basically breaking up the relationship that we recently broke up in. So.
So what? Well, can you just elaborate a little bit? Like what was it exactly? Just
Um,
can they agree or?
Yeah, we just couldn't agree on the right, disciplining the kids, right? Because apparently they thought I was being more lenient towards our set of kids.
They thought
and
it was
then,
favoritism, but that wasn't true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, 'cause it's hard when.
I mean, I believe that there's a difference because there's a difference in age. You know, my kids are smaller. I'm gonna discipline them differently than the older ones. You know.
Absolutely.
And he saw a different word. No, you gotta discipline them all the same, even whatever age. I'm like, no, you can't, because you can't expect.
You can't put a 13-year-old in the corner. You're in timeout.
Right. You can't
put
do
a fight.
that.
No, you gotta be
can't.
different. Like, give me your Xbox.
Yeah. Exactly.
No more bottles. You know something.
Yeah. Exactly. You know. So.
No, I got that. Thank you for sharing that story, though. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, but I get it. Like I said, once again, I ain't judging you. Well, we're not judging. We're just more trying to understand. Because when you love somebody, you love someone.
Mm-hmm.
And you did invest a lot of time into them.
Mm-hmm. 6 years.
6 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when is enough for you? You know, like how much can you take? Like if a woman cheats on you the first time, but you invested. You said it was like a year. Mm-hmm. So you're with a chick for a year. Yeah. She cheats on you. Do you work it out or do you walk away? Like when is it enough that you can't take anymore?
It just all depends. Cause I mean, while you're courting someone,
right?
You're like planting the seed. It's like growing and you're watering, you nurturing it, you're taking care of it, basically. Mm-hmm. Your relationship, so it blossoms and becomes beautiful and all that rosy bullshit or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, during that whole time, you're just.
I get that, but like, when it's
you're willing to deal with a lot of just shit.
Yeah, but what are you? But when is enough to say, all right, I'm walking away?
When I'm tired.
Tired of what? Just
when I'm just tired. When I'm tired. When I don't want to deal with it no more. It's like, damn.
So you don't just so she slept with someone twice, 3 times. You're still up for it. You're cool, but until you get tired, like I'm tired of seeing this person in my bed.
You're tired of all the bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, just kind of you're tired.
I'm okay with like open relationships. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We gotta.
Are you? Oh, that's.
All right, you know what? So, we're about to touch base with that tonight because you've been saying this a lot.
But one thing that people just hate this period is liars. Nobody likes a liar. Period. If you lies,
agreed.
I don't want to lay with you. I don't want to say with you. It's like whatever. So if you lie to me, then it's like nah, yo.
But a lot of people lie to get what they want. Like when a dude meets a chick, man, we're gonna tell you everything that you want to hear.
But if we,
and that's just real.
If you already got me, I'm already in your corner. Then why it's like. So if you still continue to lie, then it's like, all right.
Yeah, but there's a moment to where they can't do it.
Well, let's say you are in a committed relationship with this person, and again, let's say a year goes by and they decide to just. Do you feel like they're losing interest in you? That's why they decided to speak to someone else or do stuff with someone else?
Is it your fault?
Oh, what? It's not your fault. You're getting cheated on.
I'm gonna tell you like it is. Like,
I mean, it could be my fault. You never really know how a person.
No one's fault.
No, because I feel like you're gonna cheat. And you're gonna cheat. Not to cut you off. And you're gonna cheat. Just be single. When you're single, you can do what you want to do.
Exactly. You can fuck as many people as you want.
Let's say since we're podcasting, whatever the case may be. Let's say we go to the next level, some crazy shit.
Right.
You'll be focused on this.
Okay.
You can be in a relationship.
I'm gonna be focused on this. Yes.
But what's ahead of you? Like, okay, this is I gotta be tunnel vision like right now. I can't really fuck with you, as in. Some people are needy. You gotta know how needy your person.
Are you needy?
Are you needy?
I'm not needy.
Hey, guys can be needy.
That's true.
We can be needy as fuck.
Agreed.
You know what I'm just saying?
I mean, you could have your tunnel vision, and then your girl could be at like a needy point. Like, I want you to talk to me. I want you to tell me how beautiful I am. And
so what do you do in that position though? Because she's needy, but you want to focus on this, but she needs you to focus on her. So do you focus on this and not be needy to her to where she might run off?
Well, see, that's what you have to
for
do.
Somebody
like,
else.
If that's your girl, then you need to be with her and you can say, hey, baby, this is the game plan and this is where we're going. Because one thing that a female always asks a guy is, what are we doing? What are we doing? If I'm with you for 2 years, 3 years, whatever the case may be, is what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't want to just be your girlfriend or your baby mama. I want to be your wife. So what are we doing?
Okay.
So with that being said, if I tell her, hey, this is the plan, you seen me from nothing, this is it, and now I'm really in the thick of things, and now you want to act a certain type of way.
Okay.
Either you need to correct yourself, whatever,
right,
and help push me my dream forward, or so that way I can't. I'm not just saying like
you gotta keep in mind about her dream too, though.
Yeah,
it can't be one sided.
But I'm just saying, like, we're just saying this.
For
an example, we let off with this example, so we using this as an example. So if she's seeing that and she's saying, oh, okay, all right, then he is going further or whatever. He could be really stressed out and shit like that.
Okay.
Then maybe this is not like the time for me to just be like super needy, like, oh, I need you. It's like, what?
So what would make you cheat on a woman?
I would have to be attached some way, I guess, attracted to a woman in some type of like, she gotta inspire my mind. Like, it's like, damn, I don't know what it is, but I'm just
make you see
attracted.
things differently.
Yeah, that would make me cheat. I believe that would possibly make just kind of anybody cheat.
So
if somebody's spitting that gospel that you want to hear and that you need to hear, it's like, okay.
You like
how you working at a gospel.
Yeah, I like that.
Alright, but here's my thing though. Why not just leave the relationship?
I just
why
said
cheat?
somebody spitting that gospel. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Somebody spitting that gospel, so why not leave that person that you would be instead of cheating on them?
But you're not gonna be like, hey baby, I'm about to make a mistake right now. You gotta break up. Nobody's gonna do that.
That's
Come
true
on.
though, but I think, no, but you know what? There's a lot of people that decide to think about what they're doing on the spot, and there's other people that are, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. And that's how it happens, like almost 100% of the time. You know?
All right, now so you had cheated before.
Yes.
How long were you with this person before you cheated?
Maybe 3 months.
All right, what made you cheat? Why instead of just walking away?
To be honest, it was that person was boring me, and I felt like I still wanted to be in a relationship, but I still wanted to have fun on the side.
That's a straight up. I respect you because that's a no, that's real. I've been there. I get that part.
Yeah.
But so you still wanted him, but you was bored with him.
Mm-hmm.
Was it boring from the get go, or it became boring?
It became boring.
Like as far as sexually, or just?
Well, at that time I wasn't really. Yeah, I was. Yeah. I'm trying to think.
What
it was. Yeah, it had a lot to do with the sexual aspect. So
it was bad in bed.
It wasn't the greatest.
It was bad in bed.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's a weird. Okay. Yeah, I mean, but can't you help somebody to get better in the bedroom? Or
at that time, I didn't have as much experience myself.
Either bad or just bad.
I mean, I've had my share of experience now, and there's good and there's bad.
Alright,
so.
So the first time you have sex with them is horrible. Do you just cut them off immediately?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't give at least a second chance?
No.
What about the head?
You're supposed to bring your A game the first time. First of
No.
all.
But damn. Look at it. They could be tired. They probably work all day.
Then why are we doing this? So the first was when you're tired.
Okay, so I could be like,
I don't have an answer for that shit. That's a good ass question. Yeah.
Like, I could be like a super freak, like just, like damn, I'm wild. Like I feel like
What's the wildest shit you did? I don't know. No, you said you did some wild shit. What? Like what? Give her a kiss on the cheek. What you do? I don't believe you.
Wow.
Okay, so like when I have sex for the first time with somebody, of course it's just like a rush of like, oh, okay, all right, you're new, I'm new to you. I have to see like what you agree to and what you don't agree to.
What you agree to and what you don't agree to.
Yeah.
Along the way.
So, I mean, when we have sex, so first time it's like, oh, okay, all right, we just regular positions, whatever.
Yeah, that's how I usually
But then, like, the second time, like, I like to bite women on the ass.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, go ahead. Okay.
It's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Hey, everyone has their own things,
like,
you know?
When I'm telling this is my shit.
All
Alright, I'm telling you, alright, so when
okay.
you have them, bent over, turn them around, and you're about to grab them, bite them on the ass and make them feel like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And grab them by the neck.
Well, I think first of all, I think if you get the sense of how the person is, I know not everyone always brings themselves all the way the first time,
Right.
But if you kind of get the sense of who they are, I think that you should know kind of your limits,
Yeah.
of how.
Okay.
And then, like I said, damn, okay. What if your partner was like super just kinky
I have one of those. Go ahead. I'll share that story.
How would he present his kink to you
female.
if he knows like you're kind of vanilla?
How would he present himself?
Yeah.
How should he open up with you
Yeah.
if he's kinky? Like, how should, because sometimes guys are kind of nervous to ask a woman to try something new because they might to say no. They might be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, like, I like to dress up like a clown and have
If
sex.
anything, like, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you've done that shit. He's done that shit before.
Right,
I think you've done that shit. Go ahead.
Because this is an extreme that people don't really think about. Or, okay, fine, now I like to have sex with balloons or well, pop balloons.
Let's make it
Like,
simple. What's the craziest shit that a man asks you to do?
I mean, one time, I remember in the beginning of the relationship, he had me one time upside down, and then like by the couch. I can't really
Upside
explain.
down. How do you pull that position off? What, like
69?
No.
was
no.
y'all standing up or?
No, I was kind of almost like in a handstand kind of way, like, you know,
Pussy
but like
bobbing
my
in
head
hand.
was still like on
You
the
turned you into a
floor,
damn pretzel. Like, is that?
you know. But yeah, we were just going at it that way, and yeah, that was one of the kinkiest.
Oh, yeah, that's kinky.
Crazy. That's a crazy position, I guess. But
That's a
no,
crazy position. Okay.
kinky. I don't know.
Kinkiest thing that a woman had you do, or that you asked a woman to do.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear this shit. Just
Let it out. Let it out.
let it out, man. Cause you talking about this clown shit for a long time. Did you dress as a clown?
No, I did not dress like a clown.
Alright, go.
But I'm not opposed to dressing.
So he likes that. What is it called? Role playing.
Like what's like?
Yeah,
that
that was role playing.
Okay.
For one,
What was the characters?
not really kinky or whatever the case may be, but you know, Boomerang, the movie.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
You know how what's her name, Robin Givens?
Yeah, with the perfume chick.
No,
Who?
Robin Givens. She came over to his hotel room with the like
Oh,
trench coat,
yeah,
like the bomb panties.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I like butt ass naked. Like, cool. I like that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or just to be in my, you know, in my house, in my room, or whatever, and just have on your underwear. No
Man,
bra.
I say.
I like that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I did some. Damn, the most kinky, I don't know what you call this, man, but one thing was, you ever had sex in front of someone? Well, I remember me and a chick I was messing with a long time ago. We was doing it in a room, and she had her friend come over. Her friend was in the other room. And, you know, when we getting it, so she's loud as hell. So we getting it, and out of nowhere, we're literally in doggy style position. Next thing I hear is her friend just bust through the door. Would y'all shut the fuck up? So I'm like, damn and shit, you know. So of course the chick I was with, she's like, oh my god, get the fuck up, what are you doing? She's like, no, fuck that. Actually, I'm gonna stand here. I actually wanna watch y'all fuck. I wanna see how wild you guys are or something.
I know, right?
So I was like,
loud as
damn.
hell.
So I was like, showtime, you know, no. No, so so real talk, no, and we finished right there, and she watched it like it was a movie.
I had a girl that was
No
like
way.
into that.
Yeah?
So I don't know if that's kinky, but I was just.
She would like, she liked to watch her partner have sex with another person.
Really?
Like in front of her. Yeah.
So going back to what you were saying,
Yeah.
obviously you've been through all types of crazy relationships,
Mm-hmm.
and you invested in a lot of guys. So from all that you went through, from then and now, the person you are now,
Yeah.
what do you look for now to invest in somebody so you don't make those same mistakes? Like what are for you now? Like is there certain things that you will not absolutely not deal with because you went through it before, or
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I would have to say number one is that they're stable. I would have to know that they are stable, you know, financially,
okay,
because that's a big thing too, you know, with
they
relationships.
don't gotta have a car, they just gotta.
mentally.
Yes,
You gotta
and
be
then just
mentally stable. as
yeah, and they have to be
Man.
mentally immature, like.
Mm.
You know, of course you can be funny because I'm a very funny, like, silly person. Like, I like to play around, like, all day and, like, laugh about a whole bunch of shit, you know? But then again, you have to be serious when you need to be serious, you know? There's no time for postponing shit or just, like, just not taking care of business when it should be taken care of,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
So that's one thing for sure. As long as they're showing that they're mature, that they've got goals in mind,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and not being a negative person, because I dealt with that a lot, you know,
Mhm.
this person's just like always giving me negative feedback, like I don't,
Right.
you know, like one of the few things that I didn't like in the past relationships that I've had, like if I try to tell this person my goals, like, oh, I want to get my house in like a couple years, you know. This person has shut me down. He's like, no, you're not gonna be able to get it because you need to do this, this, and that. So it's gonna be impossible, you know. So that kind of brings you out of your, you know, your mindset.
Why would you say that to me? Type thing.
Yeah, you should be boosting me up. Like, all right, baby, let's get this. You know, we're gonna make sure we get we get that house. You know, we're gonna try whatever we can. You know.
Nobody want to party with you, or
Yeah.
that's why they kick his ass out.
Right.
Remember he tried to stay with Piglet? He was like, nah, I can't have this shit. You need to go back to where you is.
Does age has a big effect on when you choose to date, or not really?
Going forward, yes, it will. Yeah.
As far as older or younger, like you like
Older.
men?
Older.
You like older men?
I prefer an older person.
Like what? Like you're 29?
I'm 28. I'm gonna be
28,
28 on
so
Monday.
wait.
Yeah.
So like 40-year-old?
No, not that old. Maybe like anywhere from
Is
like
40 considered old?
5 to 10 years.
I
No,
don't know.
I don't think so.
no. I don't
I
think so.
find that like a lot of older men be out here on some bullshit sometimes.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
here
say
he
that because just because a dude is older doesn't mean
Yeah.
that they're more mature. 'Cause
Right,
there's-
which is why you kind
younger
of
people got a lot
dig
of
in, you know?
you do.
Yeah, you do, because a lot of people, again, they can put up a front.
Yeah.
You know, and they can tell you all the nice, beautiful things that you want to hear, but then again, at the end of the day, they're just some bummy ass people,
Yeah,
like not wanting to get ahead in life.
Yeah.
Like, I
It's
can't do
like-
that shit.
Because you have a house, a car, a job, and you pay bills, don't mean you're super mature. You can still be
Exactly.
like childish as fuck.
Yeah.
You're a big ass kid. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you can take care of business.
But
you
some
can
people
handle it, but it's
like some men
Yeah.
love to actually take care of their women though. They don't really want
Yes.
their women to work or to do this.
Yeah.
That's what's a bad
I'm
thing.
saying,
but
like, mentally, you
No,
just
just-
like playing games and shit like that. So it's like, yo,
Yeah.
Do you mind taking care of a female? Like you really liked her? Would you mind just?
no, I mean, that's the double standard. I can
Yeah, it's a
take
double
care of
standard, but
female.
would you be okay with it?
Yeah, I'd be okay with it, but
Yeah.
also at the same time, I can't be with someone that is not goal oriented.
She gotta have
Like, if you
goals.
don't want to do anything, like if you can't tell me, okay, well, this is what I like to do in my spare time, and this is my hobby,
Something productive,
and it's
you
like,
know?
yo, what can you just want to constantly do what the hell I'm doing, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like not going to work because I want some me time by
Right.
my goddamn self.
That
and
keeps your
then-
sanity, honestly.
Yeah.
It does.
I got it.
Like I still want to like enter your world and do whatever the fuck you doing and shit
Right.
like that. Like, but if it's just always about okay, well let's just do this because it's me, then like I find women like to use that in like against you as an
A
argument.
little bit.
Like, oh, we always doing what you want to do. Well, what the fuck do you like?
A woman never know.
I know,
That's
right?
a woman. That's a woman. What she want to eat? Guaranteed. She be like, I don't know. Like a lot of times.
Yeah.
Are you like that when they be like, okay, what do you want to eat tonight? You be like, oh, I don't know, babe. You pick.
I can be like that sometimes.
I swear, every time I'm like, what do
Sometimes.
you want?
Yeah. Okay, well we're having chicken. Well, I really wanted panda, and it's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yes,
Whatever.
yes.
You know, you go get what you want. You make me what I'm gonna get.
So, what are too many kids for you for a woman to have? Like, does kids matter when you're dating a chick and she got?
Nowadays
and
it's
she
like,
got-
you know,
everybody,
everyone come with kids.
everybody got kids. But I still hear people say like, man, she got 3 kids, that's cool, but she got 6, I can't do it. But what do you like her? Like, is there a limit to where if she has too many kids, like, I'm good? Or you're like, nah, I like her, it's whatever.
I believe it could possibly be what age the kids is, you know, because kind of like older kids are like, whatever, fuck out of my face, like I'm
Right.
in my own zone,
Okay.
and like younger kids are like, ooh, you're new, who the fuck are you, like,
Right, the little kids actually try to get to know people.
yeah,
But here's the thing: when have you ever invested in a woman that has kids?
yeah,
Now, with that being said, you build a relationship with the kids.
yeah.
So when y'all went y'all separate ways, how did you deal with that with the kid? Because you already built that bond with the kid, but now y'all ain't together. It's kind of like
Well, see,
It's tough.
it's fucked up
Yeah, you
even
get what I'm
more.
saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really think about that because it's fucked up. People are just fucked up now. Like, this generation is just fucked up completely.
So
because
how did it hit you?
no, I'm just saying, like, because you don't usually end off on good terms with people.
When you break
It's
up,
kinda
that's
like
really
bad.
Yeah, that's
really
so-
It's
don't.
like, oh, well, fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you. So it's like, I
Yeah.
don't think about the kids, or they're not thinking about the kids. Now, if you ended on good terms, like, hey, you know, this shit ain't working out, okay, cool, I still want to be your friend, or whatever the case may be, then of course you still want to come around, like, hey, you know, for the kids and shit like that, and for that person. But for the most part, I can't even think about that question because it's fucked up now.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
in
little
your
bit.
in your case, you said you dated someone with kids.
Yeah.
How long were you with her for?
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, well, you didn't get connected with the kids, or how
Yeah,
did,
of
what
course.
was afterwards?
Like if the kids need anything, like
Yeah.
okay, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. But for the most
Did
part,
she?
it's
Did you
like-
try to keep a relationship with the kids when y'all split, or were you just like?
Nah, of course you need to distance yourself because you don't know.
Slowly, yeah.
You know, like they could be with somebody else within the next 6 months, and you don't want to be like, "Hey, what's
Still
up?"
coming around,
Like
right?
it's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like,
How old
this
were the? Sorry to cut you off.
No,
Like,
no,
how old
no,
are the
no.
kids?
shit, they were 3 and 5.
Oh, okay, so they're a little small enough
Yeah.
to like not remember, you know, not being there all the time.
Going in, you don't mind dating somebody with kids, or is there like a limit to how many kids they could have, or does kids really matter?
No,
Like,
I
they
never.
got 4 kids.
I never did really care if someone had kids. Like I've always been the person that's always wanted a family, and
Right.
whether they were mine or not. So that's
5,
why I took up the
6.
it,
8.
as long as I see this person
8
is
baby
responsible. Okay, no, that's fucking.
I'm about to say.
Okay, now if it's like 8 different people, okay, no, we got a problem. I'm not dating you.
I'll say that. So,
You know,
did you and your kids, other baby mom, did y'all ever exchange words?
we did it a few times.
It-
In the
it-
beginning,
it's bound to happen.
yeah, in the beginning, because
What was the issue?
the fact that she didn't want him to be dating someone else that wasn't her. So she was obviously just calling me names, you know, and then I would be the one to take her kids back to her, you know, with my kid's dad, because he at the time again he had recently got out of jail, and then he and I got together, and then I would help him out, you know, with the kids, taking them and picking them up and dropping them off, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, we did exchange words a few times. We never got into an actual fight.
Well,
you know?
what was the exchange of words? Like, what were you like? Stay away from my man, or was
No.
like?
She was just like, it was usually over the phone. It was just like a couple times over the phone. So then she would just be like, oh, that bitch better not be listening and blah, blah, blah. She better not bring you over here to
How
my
would
house.
how would he handle those situations? Would he defend for you, or would he?
He would defend me. He would.
You know.
Yeah, he
Okay.
would defend me and be
Would
like,
he
you
defend
know
her
what?
too? Because that is his kid's mom also.
Well, no, he knew she was crazy. So, well, I don't want to give too much background on her because you know, they're the kid's mom and I don't
No,
know
I get that.
now.
No, but
They're,
we're talking
you
about in the past because you said
Yeah.
you guys made up. So what
Yeah.
brought y'all to make up? Like, okay, look, we gotta. Like, would you call her your friend now?
that lady,
Yeah.
the kid's mom.
The kid's mom.
Well, we just were like, after he had basically he shut her down and just like stopped mouthing her, you know.
I got you.
After that, she never did, and then the couple times that she did come by the house, she was just being polite and I was just being nice. So
That's good.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, nothing
You ever fought a boyfriend?
No.
You never fought any chick?
No,
Baby
like
dad or
baby daddy, no.
No, none of that, baby daddy drama.
Like I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's like whatever, dog.
You never had to do trying to call you out like, hey, this small woman or this
None
one.
of
Like,
that.
I try to test you. Come on, man.
Nah.
Nah, all right, that's
I'll smack the fire at somebody.
I'm down it.
You just gonna slap me like that?
Oh my god.
I mean, I just don't get in the back and forth with
No.
words like that.
Right,
Like,
and that's how
that's
a
not
grown
my
man
style.
handles shit. No, I
Yeah.
agree. You know, some shit just go, okay, whatever. But
Because-
they will try you though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
some
people will,
it's like,
yeah.
that's true. But I mean, with me already knowing that, okay, well, this dude's probably,
Mhm.
you know, he feels a certain type of way about his baby mama because, like, yo,
They were
balls
together
deep
for a
in your
while.
girl right now, your baby mama, and it's like, you know, some dudes can be like, okay, well, whatever, and some dudes like, whatever, but,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
just let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is you
Like
gotta
talking
learn to
shit,
not let it
never
get to
really-
you. Yeah.
It's talking shit. That's like what women do. Like women are naturally like sassy towards, you know, each other. That's why a lot of women in one room, somebody ain't gonna like somebody.
It always
Just-
happens.
Yeah, it seems like in a lot of
Something gets wrong
things.
with
shit.
women because they would start shit.
I was just gonna say that. Why? It seems like all females have every female we hear this from that they got more guy friends than female friends. Is that true?
I agree because throughout my whole life I've always had just guy friends mostly.
Why?
Yeah, very few
So
friends.
technically, females can't be trusted then.
They talk
Hold
a
on.
lot.
Deep breath, hold it.
To be honest,
No,
they
and
talk
this is
a lot.
why why we are like men are the way they are.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with that being said, would you allow your boyfriend to have like female friends?
If I got to know her and I felt like she wasn't like trying anything and she was very honest and very nice when I got to meet her, then cool, you can have, because a lot of people have girl best friends, you know, and I understand that. I've had a lot of guy best friends.
So you're
You
okay
know,
with
that's-
your men going to the movies with just a female friend alone, just him and her?
If they've known each other, let's say for example, since childhood, then that's okay with me.
Would he be okay with you going to the movies with a guy, just you and him?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So that kind of like a hypocrite. Like,
It depends on the person though.
Yeah.
You gotta see who you're with too. You know, some people are okay with it, some people aren't.
fuck.
You know? You're like, no,
I'm not
no.
jealous, but it's just a, maybe we talked about this. It's just a, you gotta, you just understand.
You say
man.
you
Yeah.
care choice.
No, it's just like.
It's the respect and then the trust that you instill in that person, you
I
know?
agree.
So it has to do with a lot of that too, you know? You can't just, if you don't trust them, then obviously you're gonna be like, no, fuck no.
So would you have more female friends? Like, have you had a female friend that did you dirty, like sleep with your man or some shit that made you like, I don't trust females?
Mm,
You don't gotta say who or what, but just yeah.
no, not really. There was this one friend that she and I both liked the same guy at that time, and I'm like, I guess I'll let you have him, cause I'm not gonna be fighting for a man. First of all, okay, if he wants me, he can come to me, you know. So at that point, I'm like, I let her take the lead, and I found out that she ended up kissing him before she told me she liked him. She knew that I had liked them, so she
This
kind of
sounds
went
like a
behind my
high school
back. It was during after
This sounds like a high school story, man. It's like, okay.
It was out of high school. Yeah, it was out of high school. So yeah, but now she kissed them, and I'm just like, whatever, you can have them.
Do you ever make the first move, or does a man have to make the first move with you? Because a lot of females say that they won't make the first move, like a man got to approach them first.
It depends how comfortable you are with that person, but normally I
Just like you're at
have
a bar
them.
and you see a good-looking guy, and obviously he sees you, but he's not walking over. Are you gonna go and talk to him instead? Or
No, normally not because I'm very shy.
Wait, you just say you was outgoing and funny.
Yeah.
I am when I'm comfortable. When I'm comfortable,
but
like
you
right
probably
now I'm
sound like a good
comfortable, and
person.
I'm like, you know, but.
It's a lot of things. So the man has to make the first move.
I guess usually with me, if I don't know you, yeah.
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 I mean, do you enjoy any hints or none, or just
Yeah,
getting the
I mean, give a
Google
little
eyes?
flirty eye, yeah, googly eyes here,
Oh,
a
I
little
hate,
smile.
I hate eyes. I hate it.
Why?
Because like I could be just like doing my thing or whatever, and I'll just look up because you can feel somebody like this
Yeah, you can feel someone staring at
you.
you.
And it's like, who the fuck is looking at me? And you're like, the fuck is your problem? Like, in your head, so you just give a head nod like, hey.
What if
she'll
it's a hot
probably
girl?
That's a good point too.
Want that ass?
Man, like I said, the worst thing, I got no problem approaching women because the worst thing that they could do is just say no. Like, just, okay, no, move on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why people are nervous.
50-50, man. Like, come on now. Like, if I don't see you, but you see me, and I'm getting ready to go, you just gonna let me leave?
Listen, but a lot of times, a woman, they might not, even for guys, but you might not be attracted to the person just when you see them, but when they speak to you, you can like win them over.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of things I do, I mean, this ain't sound cocky, but I never had a problem getting a chick, but a lot of things I know is just make a woman laugh. You make her
Of
laugh,
course.
you're good.
Yeah, you break
In the
the
first
ice
2
right there.
minutes, you can make her laugh, then just conversate, like, oh, hey,
That's like
They're
on
in.
my
Yeah.
list of like top 5 guys. Like if you're super funny, like you're getting all the girls.
Mm-hmm.
If you know how to sing, you getting some play. And if you got like body, like if you're athletic build, whatever.
You feel like that's how the dudes would get
Like,
the females?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's not wrong. A lot of women are attracted to the physical.
Have you ever been with a man that you literally was not attracted to at all, but you just liked his personality, but you was not physically attracted to him?
No. Mm-mm.
Really?
There was one guy I was not really attracted to him, but then again, it wasn't his personality that won me over either. So
Ah.
yeah, I kind of just let him ask me out, and I was like, okay.
yeah.
This is when I was like in middle school, though. But
Yeah.
but that
Oh,
was
man,
it.
that don't count because you don't even know. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like, but because,
Yeah,
okay,
no.
but what we gotta understand is you mainly been with the same person for so long, so you never really dated anyone since you were a kid's father?
Not really
Like
dated.
you?
Mm-mm.
No? Not at all, huh? So
No.
that's like, damn, that's all I invest. Okay.
Yeah.
So why are you so guarded? From,
Yeah.
like going out and dating because you're a beautiful girl. Like,
it seems like you're hesitant to go on a date, and it seems like I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't know what to expect anymore, you know, because I feel like that relationship that I was with him, like he did break me to a point where I put my guard up, you know. Yeah.
Okay, but now that you went through that, I mean, you know, I'm all for it. People can work it out, but I feel like it's been 6 years. Hopefully, you do move on and try a new chapter in your life, because if it didn't work the first or the second time, the third time.
You didn't even move on yet.
Yeah, moved on for what? I'm saying, what are you talking about?
He's like,
what are you talking about, man? Nah, you about to mess up.
Alright. This dude's gonna be on a righteous path and shit like that. Girl broke your heart. Family joined the He-Man.
So no, but moving on from that, what advice would you want to give to like females that be in that situation? Because a lot of times females are in relationships where they don't know when to leave. A lot of times because we got a kid together. Because this and that. But if it's still not working, I mean, when should they know when to actually walk away?
I would say sooner than the few years that go by, but honestly, as soon as you feel like the relationship is just not, what is the word?
When you're stagnant.
Yeah, where you just feel like there's no way to, I mean, you're just hoping that it's gonna work out. Just when you're just hoping, I think there's.
When you know in the back of your head it's really not.
Yeah, because honestly, for a long time I had that thought in the back of my head where it's just like, okay, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out.
But you keep trying though.
Yeah, you keep trying, but honestly, it's honestly a lot of wasting time, and at the end it hurts your kids too, because they see the fights, the arguing, and it's not good for them to see that. So, I mean, hopefully, as soon as you notice that the relationship is like
irreplaceable.
No, not irreplaceable. There's a word. It's just like it's just not.
You know what we're saying?
Yes, where it's just not it's not going to work out. It's just not. There's no way of fixing it. You know, there's.
Irreversible?
No. There's,
we don't know.
If
I can find out, I'll put it in.
Something like that. Yeah, but as soon as you notice that there's no way to fix a relationship, that's when you should. It's hard to make that decision, honestly, but do it. It'll most likely be like the best thing you could do.
Right, and I would like to touch base on that. Also, females and guys, I guess, don't stop bringing your old relationship to a new relationship. Just because somebody cheated on you in the past or did you dirty, it doesn't mean the new person that you're with is gonna do it to you too. Because a lot of people do that.
Cool. Yeah.
No. You agree? He's being petty right now. Yeah, so tell me about your secret love. No, I ain't gonna do that right now. No, but seriously, but no, I agree, because a lot of times people bring, you know, what they went through in their past relationship to their new relationship, and they gotta know how to move on.
Yeah.
But
to forgive, that's honestly what it is. And
yeah, forgive but don't forget.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to put it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's get these final thoughts in.
Okay.
So, with all this being said, my man, how would you know that a woman is actually worth investing in?
Time.
Just time?
Yeah, just time. Just time. That's all I got.
Tracy, once, thank you for coming on. So what would you give, what would you tell people? When do you know when it's worth investing in someone?
Yeah, so definitely time. You know, time once you've been with that person for quite a bit, you know, you realize that they have those long-term goals, that they have goals in mind, and that they want to aspire for something better in life. I think, you know, those. Yeah, and then for women that have kids, you know, if you're, you know, or anybody that has kids, honestly, just men or women, you know, because it would be go both ways. But yeah, just make sure that they love your children too. So.
Like I said, guys, a lot of times my final thoughts would be get to know the person, talk, communicate. Like I said, you gotta go through things to actually know a person. Know what they're like when they're mad. Know what they're like when they're sad, angry. Because a person could be cool, but the moment they're not happy about something, they could become somebody else. So really know the person you're talking to. Communicate and keep it real, and don't try to force it. Don't go around and say somebody, do you love me? How do you feel? Just let them tell you. Let it be natural. That's it. All right, John. So you had a good time?
I sure did.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Yeah. Where can they find you at?
On Instagram, it's Stracy_life. Oh wait, no, it's Stracy. Yeah.
We'll find
something like that. Yeah. He'll put it here.
I'm on Instagram, chillin86. Yeah. Where can they find you, brother?
I'm on Twitter.
Ill something.
Illis underscore Thriller.
Got it. All right, y'all.